Welcome to another live stream watch-along reaction. Tonight we're watching and reacting to Vancouver Whitecaps FC versus Inter Miami CF, the CONCACAF Champions Cup 2025 semifinal first leg. We had our first semifinal yesterday, a 1-1 draw between Tigres and Cruz Azul. Today we have Vancouver Miami. And if Miami wins tonight, if they win both their games, no matter what happens, if Miami wins both of their two games in this semifinal, they will host the final on points. Because after that draw, or they get a really good goal differential tonight, they may just need a draw next week. Either way, Miami, they win both games, they're through and host the final. They don't, Vancouver can't host the final at all. If Vancouver makes it, it will be Tigres or Cruz Azul, whoever advances. But we are ready for the first leg of this semifinal, the MLS v MLS semifinal, the Canadian versus USA semifinal. Vancouver Whitecaps FC contra Inter Miami CF, la Concachampions de la CONCACAF, semifinales partido ida. First leg. Second game of 4 in this round. It's getting close to the end. With that being said, starting 11s are as follows for Vancouver. In goal, Yohei Takaoka. The back four of Tate Johnson, Ranko Veselinovic, Tristan Blackman, Eddie Ocampo. The midfield three of Pedro Vite, Andres Cubas, Sebastian Berhalter. The front three of Daniel Rios, Brian White, and Ali Ahmed. For Inter Miami in goal, Oscar Ustari. The back four of Marcelo Weingart, Maxi Falcon, Noah Allen, Jordi Alba. The front four, or the midfield four, Talasco Segovia, Federico Redondo, Sergio Busquets, Tadeo Allende. And the front two of Lionel Messi and Luis Suarez. That's what we have there. So, how we doing, Henry? By the way, Leafs won. By the way, the Leafs won in overtime, 3-2. They have a 3-0 series lead. So Saturday, when you see me again, I will be live twice. I was no matter what. But I will be live at 1:30 for the Toronto FC NYCFC game. And we'll review that once it's over. And I'll be back at 6 p.m. Central for the Leafs Senators Game 4. Leafs win, they sweep. So the Leafs could win the series on Saturday, and I will be covering that game. I was anyway, but we could see a series win on Saturday as well. But both games live, both games reviewed, but that's Saturday. We have a day off tomorrow. But let's deal with Miami first. Goat playing in the semis. Well, of course, that's why we're here. Well, we're here anyway, but good that he's playing here. Win. Part of me says yes, part of me says no. Part of me says yes, part of me says no. My gut says yes, my mind says no for some reason. Florida did not play as well tonight. The Lightning are going to wake up at some point. The Lightning are going to wake up at some point, and I kind of want them to for two reasons. One, I want the Leafs Lightning second round series because I think the Leafs would beat the hell out of them. Second of all, well, reasons. I'm not totally bandwagoning the Lightning yet. We'll see what happens after the end of that series, but I'd love to have the trolling moments. Whoever wins trolls. So do with that what you will. And I don't want Florida. So there's your three reasons. But head says no, heart, gut says yes. I feel like it's going 6 at least, but, you know, well, of course, they had no opportunities, but when you have 5 power plays, don't score on them. I know how that feels because the Leafs were like that last year. Semifinals about to start. Here we go. Well, yeah, they played horrible defense the last game, and they just couldn't score tonight. At least they figured out how to play defense against Florida. So, score prediction. I'm going to go wild. I've been feeling this for a couple of days. 3-0 Miami. 3-0 Miami. 3-0. It's over before it even started. I'm going bold. This is over before it even started. 3-0 at the end of the first leg for Miami. You heard it here first. Teams are about to walk out, and here we go. Please don't tell me they're doing a 30-minute pre-show. Even CONCACAF said 9:30. What are we doing? Oh, no. Miami's wearing black. Vancouver wearing white. Yep, he did. Don't tell me even CONCACAF was fooling us. I mean, kind of makes sense considering 10 o'clock, but oh, Lord, here we go. It's going to be one of these. Should have seen this coming. I think so. At least this round. I don't know. They're dumb. I mean, this is the team he signed. You know who. And even without that, even if you don't want to just say they're dumb for that one thing, they're the Cleveland Browns. That's all you have to say. Oh, it is going to be 3 minutes to kick off. Okay, I was worried. They almost had me there. It's only 3 minutes to kick off. Yes, because they're the ones who have the Champions Cup. That's the way I see it. 3-0 Miami. I'm going there. I think they're going to show levels. This is on paper the best team Vancouver's played this whole tournament. You could say, what about Monterrey? Well, they hate DiMichelis. I think they wanted him gone. I think they're doing all they can to get him gone. I think that's part of it. They definitely played down to Vancouver. Miami isn't going to do that. What about Pumas? They suck. They legit suck. Juarez had his moments, but they legit suck. On paper, they look horrible. Like, Vancouver legit, it looked like a puncher's chance. On paper. This is Miami we're talking about. Saprissa. So, do that what you will. I think Miami's going to whip them. Yes. Even on the road. Blues are up 3-0. Let's go. Let me go back to the NFL draft board because I should have kept it up. I was pissed off the Pittsburgh Steelers didn't take Shedeur. I'm good with the Patriots pick. It's the one I expected for like the past 2 weeks. Dolphins. I don't know Kenneth Grant, so they got a defensive tackle. Great. Okay, cool. What were the Steelers doing? They could have got Shedeur. They're either getting Aaron Rodgers or they think they could get Shedeur. They'll either trade back up to get Shedeur or hope they could get him in the second round. Man, I hope they're right. For the same reason. See, there it is. The reason why I want the Troll v. Troll Leafs Lightning series. Yeah, there it is. Come on, there it is. It's ugly. And yes, it does. It's ugly, and yes, it does. Good for him. I guess. I think some of the picks are stupid. That's as far as I'll go. I don't know. The Bears need a lot more. I don't know. I thought the Steelers were going to get him. Like, I thought it was the Steelers. And then they picked a defensive tackle. Hampton. What? I know the Steelers are known for defense, but y'all been talking about Shedeur for the past 2-3 weeks. Mike Tomlin's already been talking about him. He's like, I like Shedeur. Yeah, we'll pick him. I think if we have the chance, we will. It was right there, Coach T. It was right there, Coach Tomlin. It was right there. What do? You don't get him. Either he was lying or he thinks they could still get him the second round or they could trade up. Either way, Exactly. America play Rayados or Pachuca? Probably Pachuca. Way things are going at Rayados. Bill Belichick would disagree with you. Madrid. I got a hunch. Madrid. Real Madrid. Second, the first half's about to be kicked off here. Here we go. Or Harmon. Harmon for the Steelers, Hampton for the Chargers. My bad. Harmon. Here we go, and we're off. 0-0 esta noche. Miami's over at BC Place. At this time, they see Messi. Referee tonight is Mario Alberto Escobar Toca. Interesting. Interesting. 22 seconds. Yes. Yes, that was probably Shad, though. Shad was probably the one who got the trade for Travis Hunter. Tony don't know nothing. Shad probably made that trade. Tony don't know his head from his ass. But then again, he somehow got Anthony Robinson and Raul Jimenez to play for Fulham. And he did have CM Punk at AEW for a while. So sometimes he strikes gold. Sometimes he does. Sometimes. Rarely, but sometimes. If you talk about Roger Goodell, he's an asshole. We hate Roger Goodell in this house. Clown. Roger Goodell is a clown asshole. We hate Roger Goodell in this house. Okay? We do. Roger Goodell could go to hell. Roger Goodell could go to hell. Yes. Free Brady. Free Brady. I mean Tom Brady, not Brady Kachuk. Free Brady. Stadium packed as it should be. Deflategate. Deflategate's what he did wrong. That was all bullshit. To persecute Tom Brady. And it sucks he had that 4-game suspension, but at least most people are realizing it was just the weather and Deflategate was bullshit. Probably shouldn't have smashed his phone, but Tom Brady could do no wrong. My GOAT could do no wrong. Tom Brady could do no wrong. 0-0. Settle. With that being said, Tommy could do no wrong. Tommy could do no wrong. Three minutes. Okay. Playing forward. Back to Takolka. You think Cam Ward was a good pick? He's a talented quarterback. Tennessee still sucks. That's where I'm going to stand with it. That's going to go wide and out for a goal kick for Ustadi. How we doing, Sean? Horrible forward play from Vancouver there. They could have put Miami on the back foot, but they didn't. Almost. Man, if it got to his foot, Miami should be counting their lucky stars there. 3 minutes. Miami wearing their black, Miami wearing their whites and hoops. Brian White, Vancouver Whitecaps striker. He's been around for a while and really good for a while. Messi finally showed his face in Vancouver, by the way. Throw in. 4 minutes. 0-0. Settle. Playing forward. Cross in. Suarez doesn't pick up the ball. Top of the box. Busquets has the shot. Or he doesn't. Allende plays it on. Ball crossed in. Blocked away. Ooh, I say yes. I say yes. Vancouver are idiots, so do it. I think Quinn Hughes is better than Hischier. And also, Vancouver are idiots. And if they keep Tocchet, they might as well just rebuild because they suck. And Tocchet's a horrible coach. Segovia, cross in. So, yeah, go for it. I say you should go for it. What say you, Rory? You agree or not? Quinn Hughes for Hischier is a good trade. And also, the Hughes brothers get to play together. And Quinn Hughes is probably on his way out of Vancouver anyway, whether Tocchet's fired or not, because Vancouver sucks. I don't know what the hell happened to him. I don't know what the hell happened to him this year, but something happened. Tocchet's a fraud. Tocchet's a fraud. That's all I'm saying. Sorry, Canucks fans, if you're here. If you're Canucks and Whitecaps fans, you just took some strays. But either way, I see why you asked that question, Sean. But yeah, it's a good trade. It's a good trade. And Tocchet's a fraud. I don't know what the hell happened over there. Like, I know they sucked this year, but I don't know why the hell that happened. I blame Tocchet. Fire him. Exactly. Well, I'd say it's more of a win for New Jersey. If they don't fire Tocchet, he sure might want to cross-check Tocchet himself. But that's just, yeah. Yeah. Probably more Miami fans, right? 6 minutes over the top. Whether you're a Vancouver fan who watched on live or VOD, sorry for the Canucks strays. I would, yeah. Because that's Suzuki's better than Hischier. Well, yeah, but that's not what we're talking about. And Matthew Knies is better than both. And Matthew Knies is better than both guys, but that's not what we're talking about either, right? I said it. I said it. I said it. Matthew Knies is better than Suzuki and Hischier. By far. By far. I said it. Hey, you asked for it, I guess. Playing forward for Vancouver. Oh, good defensive play. Falcon, top of the box. Good block by Cello Weingart. Corner for the Whitecaps. Tell me some good news about the CCC. The Miami-Vancouver game just started. It's been pretty interesting. Tigres Pumas was a 1-1 draw. The best news I have is the Leafs won tonight, even though that was the Stanley Cup playoffs. That's the best news I have tonight. Sure, Whitecaps fans will cringe at the thought, but I don't care. And Miami fans will be like, what Stanley Cup playoffs? Because Inter Miami fans would not root for the Florida Panthers, whether they're from Miami or not. If they're not from Miami, they don't know who the Florida Panthers are. If they're from Miami, they don't give a shit. So, the defending Stanley Cup champions, Florida Panthers, mind you, they play in Sunrise, minutes away from Miami. You should know about them. But you don't care, do you? Man, I hope the Leafs kick their ass. You don't know Matthew Knies? Interesting. I thought you would have heard of him. Oh, what, you're not a Tampa fan. Got it. But I'm sure you would have heard of him anyway. Huh. You don't know Matthew Knies? Interesting. Ninth minute. Doesn't matter. He's ours. Playing forward, 10 minutes. He is nice. You spelled his last name wrong, but he does sound nice. But he does sound nice. Yeah, you're right about that. But you're right about that. Ten minutes, throw in. Boom. Woo! Playing forwards Miami. He better. Demidov next to Suzuki. God, I want to see that. I won't because John Cena is going to be on SmackDown tomorrow. But I watched the highlights. God, that's going to be something. Oh, my. Hey, to me, the Habs and Leafs aren't a rivalry. It's not. It's not. I'm not 80 years old. I'm not 80 years old. So, the Habs play good hockey. I have no hate for the Habs. Now, the Ottawa Senators, well, it's the Battle of Ontario for a reason. And by the way, stick it up your ass. Refs and the Sens. You tried to screw the Leafs, and guess what? They're still up 3-0. Tried to steal that game from us, and we still won. These Leafs are different, baby, but that's, I know, the center of the universe needs to stop talking, right? Yeah, I thought, yeah. That's out for a corner. Either way, but I will say, I want to see Line and Demidov play together. Suzuki and Demidov play together. Oh, my God. Wow, how good would that be? Oh, Lord, that'd be some good hockey. That'd be some good hockey. Well, at least have fun. You know, playoff hockey's fun to go to, even if you lose. It's the experience. It's the experience. Take out another loan for food. That's your fault. Well. Yeah, it's worth it. Who cares? It's worth it. It's worth it. How we doing? $20.19. RSR 7 means season 7, so do the math. How we doing, William? I didn't hear him. I've been worried about the Leafs. So let me have this. Playing forward, say, let me have this. Florida doesn't look that good, though. They were playing some possum, but they still don't look that good. Let me have this. Let me get my hopes way too high just to get them pulled down in round 2 again. Let me have this, okay? I've never seen the Leafs dominate a team during the playoffs. Let me have this. Even though Tampa series, the winning Tampa series, was still a shit show sometimes. Let me have this. Let me have this. The only stadium I know with good price food is Red Bull Arena. Well, is it good food, though, or is it good price food, shitty food? Like, is it good priced but good food, or is it good priced but shit? There's a difference. Some stadiums have good priced food that's good. Some stadiums have good priced food that's shit. The bad stadiums have bad priced food that's shit. Hey, the Blues are about to. Hey. The Blues are about to. The Blues are about to win a game today. Hold on. Let's not forget that. The Blues are up 3, right? The Blues are still up, right? 0-0. Well, that's a college stadium, so I bet it's somewhat okay. It should be. It's a college stadium. Not in the South, by the way. Not saying the South has high-priced food. Well, I'll find that one out soon. But Minnesota up 3-1. Damn. I did not expect that at all. Hey, the Blues are about to win today. Hold on. Blues are still up 3. Good. Playing forwards, Miami. Vancouver's had their moments, but Miami's look like Miami. But it's still tied. I don't think it will be for much longer, I have to say. But I do believe that 3-0 prediction, it might be towards Vancouver, but somebody's scoring 3 goals the way this game's going. Cello Weingart, that's out for a goal kick. Damn. So tell me, when it was red and black ice cream, like, was it red and black just food dye that was like vanilla? Or was it like a flavor that matched the color? Because red velvet and, I don't know. It was probably food dye. Probably. It was probably food dyed. Yeah, it probably was. But, like, you food dye some Oreo cookies and cream and put it with red velvet. Ooh, baby, that sounds. Oh, Lord, you. Ooh. Woo! I think I might have just figured something out here. It's called I Had to Do This Game. And I could have done both with how quick it went, but I decided it'd be too close of a, it'd be too tight of a squeeze. I almost was right. I'll be live on Saturday, though, for Game 4. But I didn't want to do a double for like 6 hours, and I wasn't going to leave the Leafs stream until they won, even if Miami started already. So that kind of hurts my numbers. Is Miami, that's what people care about more right now. So I just chose the Miami game and watched the Leafs game on my own. I'll be live for Game 4, though. And by the way, Game 3 doesn't win the series. If it was a Game 4 today, and they could have won the series today, I would have done it anyway. Screw the squeeze. But I was like, I did Game 2. I didn't do Game 1 because of WrestleMania. People care more about Miami, and I know damn well that I wouldn't have jumped off the Leafs stream until they won, even if it took like 2 overtimes, and that kind of kills the timing of the Miami stream, even if I watch both games. So, for numbers' sake, I just chose to do the Miami game. It almost was a tight squeeze, but I could have done it. And if I knew that it wouldn't have taken, it took as long as it did, I would have done it. But I didn't know that. I looked at the timing of the last game. I'm like, if it goes to overtime, it'll be about this long. Yeah. So, should I have? Maybe. Did I make the decision to probably help my numbers more? Yes. Do I regret it? Sort of. But at least I'll be live for Game 4, which is what can actually win the series. Yeah, that doesn't sound so good. Red velvet? That sounds good. Black food dye on cookies and cream? That sounds good. Strawberry licorice? No, that does not sound good at all. That sounds horrible. Amazing soft serve. Well, that sounds good. Yes, I do. He's also, I think he's a GM of the Avs now, too. But, yeah, I remember when he played. I remember him. Talented player. Very good player. He was Joe Sakic. And now he's a GM of the Avs. Or at least he was. I feel like he still is. Plays forward. Messi takes the shot and cleared. Luckily, it wasn't an own goal. They have to go playing on turf. Well, he kind of has to. It's Champions Cup. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Nice. Small world. Luke Robitaille. That's a small world. That's a small world. That's awesome, though. Well, it's over. The problem is but I didn't know how long the Leafs game would go. I knew there was 3 periods, but I had a feeling overtime would happen. I just didn't know how long overtime would have went. And I wasn't leaving that Leaf stream and putting on the Miami stream until it was over. So that hurts my numbers for this game because that's what people care more about. Like, I care more about the Leafs. Everybody else cares more about Miami. So I made the business decision instead of the heart decision. I still watched the Leafs game, the whole thing. But now you would have done a double on Saturday if the Leafs played at the same time. I would have, yes. But I guess I could do both and split them. But you're going to do that on Saturday. Well, that's personal. That's more. Those are my teams. They're both playing. One's playing at 1:30. One's playing at 6. 2 lives, 2 reviews. Do that what you will. Okay, so I kind of just... Well, it's messy, though. It's messy, though. He's not anymore. Yeah, it's Chris McFarland. It was close for Miami. Well, this is CONCACAF 1. Second of all, Messi's playing this game. Third of all, I love playoff hockey more, but Messi's messy. People care about that guy. I don't support... Well, I support Miami tonight because I want Vancouver to get stomped out. But do I normally support Miami when Messi's playing? No, I just cover the Messi games because I know it gets me a lot of views. I don't really exactly like Miami either. I just know where my bread's buttered. But I do want Miami to win tonight and next week because, well, I want Vancouver to get stomped out. So I actually am supporting Miami tonight. 22nd minute, over the top, headed away by Ustadi. So, as I said, one's my heart, one's my brain. One's a business pick, one's my heart. So, could have done both and get both fan bases. I could have. You're right. I didn't. I'll be live on Saturday for both Toronto games. Let's just leave it at that. Let's just leave it at that. If I knew how long the Leafs game was going to go, I would have done it. If I was told, if I could look into the future and see Benoit would have scored a quick overtime goal and I could have done it all, I would have done it all. Let's leave it there. I'll do both games on Saturday. TFC and the Leafs. Let's leave it there. Should I have Messi be damned? Sure. Did I make the right choice? My heart says no. My head says, well, let's see how this plays out. Falcon. 23rd minute. 0-0. 0-0. Yeah. I saw that. I'm Olivia's brother left Arkansas. Well, he said, I'm Olivia too, Arkansas. And yes, the NIL money should be paid back. They're both greedy. And their father's greedy too. Get out! And by the way, Tennessee did the right thing. They paid him. They paid him what he wanted. NIL would have been unbeatable. Header, goal! Goal for Brian White! And it's 1-0 Vancouver! Damn it. Brian White scores. A header over. Goal for Vancouver. Brian White scores. You knew it was about to happen, though. Are we doing this again, Vancouver or Miami? 24th minute, 1-0, 1-0. Over the top, high angle cross, and Brian White with the amazing header. You really can't do nothing about it. Lord God, why are you doing this to me? The Leafs win the Stanley Cup, but Vancouver wins the CONCACAF Champions Cup. I didn't ask for that. Of course. Well, what about Ryan Gould? But then again, Brian White's done a lot of this work. Miami, you better score. Miami, you better wake up, Miami. That goal was bound to happen. Miami, that was about to happen. Like, there was about to be a goal somewhere. Messi plays forward. Suarez. Oh, God, that was horrible. Okay, 26th minute. No, I want Vancouver out of this tournament. And I want Vancouver out of this tournament. But Toronto sucks. You might be right. They won't win a Champions Cup in like 30 years. It's going to take them like 30 years. I will. Don't worry. I will. Don't worry. I will be live. I'll do both games. I just said I'm doing both games on Saturday for Game 4. Of course, I'm doing a double for Game 7. Or one after the other, depending on the timing, which would be next Saturday, I think. Saturday, 4, Tuesday, 5, Thursday, 6. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll do both on both Saturdays if it goes that far, but if it does, we're probably losing. With that being said, who's favored to lift the Stanley Cup this year? I mean, the Leafs have a chance. Florida, I guess, still. Winnipeg. I hate that you're right. God, why? Hey, you wanted the Leafs to win. I guess I have to do this. You have to take the good with the bad. Yeah, of course. Of course. Okay. 27th minute. I say the Leafs sweep. I agree. Where's your last? Good for you. You got, oh God, not again. The Giants, oh God, the Giants have an old piss quarterback. No! I just realized, oh God, oh no, no. The Giants, the only time they win Super Bowls is when they have a quarterback from Ole Miss. Oh no. Oh no. Oh God. I just realized that. Oh God. Well, hey, at least there'll be a year of Russell sucking. As normal. Played out. Well, if TFC made the Champions Cup final and the Leafs made the Stanley Cup final, and it was Game 7 versus Champions Cup, Champions Cup. That's what I want more. To be the man, you have to beat the man. Playing forward, Messi. Shot over the bar. So I guess I have to do a double next week on Wednesday. TFC Miami double at the same time. Of course. You don't like making this easy on me, do you? Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. TFC in Miami on Wednesday next week. Okay. Got it. Playing forward. No free kick. Advantage played. They don't make this easy on me. Too much. Too much what? 29th minute. Playing forward. Ooh. Oh, Miami's trying too much at the top. Okay, got it. Got it. I missed that comment. 1-0, settle, 1-0, Vancouver. So I guess we have a double next Wednesday with the way this game's going. I was hoping for 3-0 for the double, but I still hope Miami gets the away goal. Go get the away goal, Miami. Maybe 2. Still ain't over yet, though. That's the problem. Falcon, what are you doing? Jordi Alba. Probably too early to judge, but do you think Miami will go out the first round of the playoffs again? Well, if they play like this, yeah. If they play like the Miami we know they can play like, no. Then again, they won the Shield, still went out the first round of the playoffs, so best team in the East and still, who knows? They can. Playing forward. You get them to push it and do too much, they lose. Suarez. Redondo. Weingart. Messi. That's going to go. At least the good news is if Vancouver goes to the final, they'll be playing in Mexico. 1-game final in Mexico. Suarez to TFC. Hell no. 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 But playing forward. No. Maybe 5 years ago. Not now. 5 years ago, maybe. I'm not dumb. I ain't dumb. Doing that now would be, dude, but no. Third minute. Playing forward, or they will be. 34th minute, drop ball. TFC needs Tani Oluwaseyi from Minnesota. I agree. See, that's where we should have went the whole way. I agree. Segovia about to come back on. He does. Jamie Vardy were to play in the MLS. Do you think Toronto FC would look at signing him? They should. They won't. They should, but they won't. I'd like to see Jamie Vardy play for TFC. I think he would do pretty well, all things considered. I mean, he scored 18 in the championship when Leicester were down there the last time. I think the MLS is about that level. So maybe a little bit more. Cleared away. Maybe at 18 or a little bit more. Still scored some Prem goals too. Corner. Think Suarez could go to TFC? No, and I hope he doesn't. The dude has no knees anymore. Why do we want him to? Okay. 35th minute, corner for Miami. 1-0, 1-0 on aggregate and on the night because it's the first leg. Played down, Messi. Messi with a shot. Saved by Takaoka. Takaoka makes a save. 35th minute. Playing forward, throw in for Vancouver. Got Omir Fernandez from Colorado. That is a good signing for Portland. Yes. Three shots to two, one shot on goal each, and the header by Brian White made this game 1-0. Segovia doesn't run for the ball. Foul, free kick for Miami. Man United will play Hong Kong for a club friendly. Liverpool will play Yokohama for a club friendly. When you say Hong Kong, is it the same Hong Kong that played Miami, or is it the actual Hong Kong national team? Yeah. Yeah, that was... I was honestly hoping that whatever feeling I had was wrong. I was honestly hoping that I didn't have to do a double next week, but I guess I do. With Toronto, Montreal, Miami, Vancouver, leg 2. Guess I have to do both. Ugh. We could have done more. Surprised they didn't do anything after Dominguez. Could have done more. Not good enough. Original trilogy, yes. Prequels, sort of. Disney, no. Clone Wars, yes. Cartoon Network Clone Wars, yes. Original trilogy, yes. Prequels, sort of. Disney, no. Disney Star Wars is horrible. Except The Mandalorian. That's passable. So that's around the prequels for me. But original trilogy, yes. Clone Wars, yes. Prequels, sort of Disney. Besides Mandalorian, no. Hell no. Big hell no. "38th minute. Like, legitimately. And it's funny how the most recent Star Wars stuff that's good are TV series. Every Star Wars movie, the further they get down the line, the higher, well, I can't say the higher the number, but every time there's a new movie, it just gets worse and worse. Out for a corner. And it just does get worse and worse. It's not anything about, no, it just sucks. The prequel trilogy had its good moments, but it sucked. I mean, there was times it sucked. The Disney era sucks. Sucks. Nobody asked for it. No. Please, God, no. Corner for Vancouver. Header saved by Ustadi. Good job, Sean. Good one, Sean. Regal Theaters doing Revenge of the Sith for 20th anniversary, whatever 4D Max is. Well, okay, that's fine. That's fine. For 6 days. Okay. Sure. '40th minute. 1-0, 1-0. Vancouver has had their moment. They got a goal, but still half and half, 50-50. Does Greg Berhalter's son play for Vancouver? Yes, he does, and he's honestly one of their best players. I know, I can't believe that either. Sebastian Berhalter is one of Vancouver's best players. If he wasn't there, I don't know if they'd be as good as they are. I actually think he's one of their best players. Very good. Sebastian's very good. He's been one of their best players for a while, but especially this year. Redondo loses the ball to Vite. He is one of their best players this year. Was it Stan Bowman you fleeced? Or oh, foul? Or that's out for a goal kick. Okay. Did they fleece Stan Bowman or did they? Well, that makes sense if they did. 41st minute, 1-0 Vancouver. Well, it's a semifinal, as they should. Let him play. His father's the GOAT, Ken Holland. Well, he ain't that much better, but he's still better than Stan Bowman. But you know what's awesome, though? Demidov getting his draft pick announced by Celine Dion. You know, that's awesome, to me at least. That is aura. And Demidov is definitely putting up. Like, he's definitely showing that was deserved. Celine Dion announcing his draft pick. That is aura to me. I don't care. That is awesome. That is awesome. Aura. But 42nd minute. I hold Celine Dion in high regard. Amazing music. So, I thought that was awesome. I think because it was in Vegas, and, well, it was the Montreal Canadiens, and she's Quebec. She's Quebecois. And also Celine Dion, I think, is trying to get back to performing in Vegas. So, well, she did. But she's known for having a lot of residencies in Vegas because Vegas is Vegas. So I think that's why they did it for both of those reasons. Now that would make me happy. I don't know if that would make Graham happy, but that would certainly make me happy. Sorry you still have to deal with him, Graham. That's all jokes. But Ahmed playing through. Top of the box. Whoa. Dude, they almost let Ranko Veselinovic score. Put your head back down. They almost let Ranko Veselinovic score. Put your head back down. No way. Think Athletic Club are going to eliminate United? No. I think United's making the Europa final. I think we're going to get a Tottenham United Europa League final. I'm calling it now. We're getting a Premier League, England versus England Europa League final. We're getting Tottenham versus Man United. We're getting the bottom half table Europa League final. We're getting it. Don't say I didn't warn you. Don't say I didn't warn you. They always find a way to get Europe, and Bodo Glimt are not going to beat Tottenham. So don't say I didn't warn you. They always find a way to make Europe. So that means they beat Tottenham in the final of the Europa League. And Ange Postecoglou goes out bottling a final. Damn it. I hate that for him, to be real. But don't say I didn't warn you. Playing forward. They're playing a Premier League team. Bodo Glimt are playing a Premier League team. They're not winning this one. Well, that's life. Yes, I am jealous. Oh, come on. 2 minutes of stoppage time. Disregard that. Yes, I am jealous. Yes, I am jealous and petty. It's the same reason I wanted Seattle to lose the year they won. Yes, I'm jealous. And I am hate watching. I wouldn't say hate watching. I'm petty watching. Messi in the final is better numbers for me. One. Second of all, I'm petty. So this time I actually will say, let's go Messi. Vamos Miami. I don't really truly support Miami. But right now I do. Right now I do. For pettiness and views reasons. But yes, Vancouver are good. That's why I'm afraid of them. It's like that Seattle team. They honestly had no business winning the Champions League that year, but they did. Somehow out of nowhere they do. Yellow card. Wait, did you just give out? Okay. Looks like Spasser plays for the wrong Canadian team. He's the only reason Toronto might be worth a damn. Let him be. 47th minute. Well, at least Corbianu scored, I guess. Playing forward. Suarez chips it through off somebody's face. Segovia. Seconds left in the first half. Chip through. Weingart. Down the middle. Messi. Suarez. Sergio Busquets. Suarez out for a corner. Nope. Goal kick for Takaoka. Be a goal kick for Takaoka. So 1-0 halftime lead for Vancouver. 1-0 miro tiempo. Esta noche y global. All right. We have 45 more minutes to see if Vancouver could score or Miami could score an away goal. Miami had more possession, less shots. They had their moments. Vancouver had a really good corner or a really good cross in to end up being a goal. But Miami, they're pushing it too hard. They are. Because they're trying to push it too hard. That's what's happening here. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half. Talk about the stats. Get this one going. Sit tight. You might actually be right. God, why? God, why? Hey, I'll let the Leafs win. God's like, I'm letting the Leafs win the Stanley Cup. You got to give some to me. AKA, Toronto can't be the first Canadian team to win the Champions Cup. God, why? God, why? Or, yeah, if Vancouver makes the final and Toronto gets past Florida, I guess, yeah, I guess I just got to get used to the fact Vancouver's won the Champions Cup somehow in Mexico. Yeah, probably. It's not true. I remember the Family Guy episode, but it's not true. Guess Vancouver's the best team in Canada. And I hate it. With that being said, I don't trust Tigres or Cruz Azul against Vancouver. I don't. Especially Tigres. I don't. With that being said, we'll take a short break at the half, talk about the stats, get this one going, sit tight. I definitely have to probably do a double next Wednesday. 3 hours, double review, probably. Well, there you go. I hope to God they still won't. I hope to God that doesn't change if T-Res are the ones that go through. With that being said, sit tight, be back. Back for the stats of the half. Cruz Azul or Flop Kings. Well, yeah. Cruz Azul, yeah, all right. With that being said, stats of the half. Here we go. 29% possession to 71% possession. 5 shots to 3 shots on goal to 1. 121 accurate passes, 325. 82% pass accuracy to 87% pass accuracy. 5 fouls committed to 3. 3 corners to 2. 5 shots to 2. 3 shots on goal to 1. We've already went there. 148 pass to 372. 82% pass accuracy, 287. 13 throws to 13. 0 offside to 1. 1 yellow card to 0. 0 red card to 0. 1-0 at the half. 1-0 medio tiempo. Miami has had more possession. Miami's had more possession. They've had a couple of moments, but they haven't really tested Takaoka. Vancouver, they've had moments, bigger moments, and they finally got the crossover. Brian White with a header right on the doorstep of Ustadi. There's no way you really can miss that. Vancouver basically had one really good chance this half, and they put it away. but they're at home. They are the underdogs, and they have some to prove. Still have some to prove. Miami, they look geriatric. Miami looks geriatric, as you would normally expect. Because of course they do. Of course they do. And Miami's been pushing it hard. Miami's been pushing forward, pushing everything forward, trying to get the goal. Even before they were down, they've been pushing, and they've been doing too much going forward to try to get the goals, especially since they've been down, but even before they went down. They feel like if they don't jump on this Vancouver team, they don't win. And because of that, they're not. And they're also playing on turf. But either way, Vancouver's keeping their cool. Miami, not exactly. Let's see what Miami does the second half. They need an away goal. Makes things easier, especially after the first leg. They should have learned that last round. But either way, you might have a point. With that being said, Vancouver aren't intimidated. You're right. Here at home, of course, you really shouldn't be, but there are teams that are intimidated in Miami. You shouldn't be. See, the reason why Miami wins a lot is because teams are intimidated of them because of Messi and friends. When really, they're the same old Miami they were before Messi. They just have a nice coat of paint over a piece of shit. You want to be real? Let's be real. They've painted a piece of shit gold. Or I guess rose gold because they wear pink. That's what they've done. That's what they've done because that's what they've done. And people like to believe in it. People are afraid of it. Do that what you will. But if you're not afraid of Miami, you're better off. That doesn't mean you won't lose, but that does mean you have a chance to win. If you don't play afraid of Miami, you have a chance to win. You have a point. And Vancouver's already played Monterrey. They've played Rayados, which that's one of the biggest teams in CONCACAF. The team who punked out Miami last year in Champions Cup, by the way, even if they wanted Di Michelis gone. They played Pumas, who have made a final in recent history. Saprissa, they played a Central American giant, went into the mouth of the monster, and won. Well, they didn't win down there, but they didn't get totally beat around, I should say. They won at home, though. But they had their moments down there. They didn't win in Costa Rica, but they fought. They did fight. They both did fight. It was a tough match, I should say. But they still won the tie. Even when they lost down there, they still found a way to win. They have nothing to lose. And you know what? There you go. Favorite GTA. San Andreas. San Andreas. But yeah, Miami, if you're not afraid of them, it's harder to lose. You have a chance to win. If you're afraid of them, you're going to lose already. If you're in awe, you're going to lose to them. If you're not afraid of them or you're not in awe of them, you're going to have a chance to win. You may not win, but you have a chance. It's all about mentality. My favorite GTA is Toronto. Well, that's true, but I'm talking about the video game. He was asked about the video game, but yeah. Graham's also right. If you think about it that way, the Greater Toronto Area, yeah. But why haven't they made a GTA Greater Toronto Area? They should. It's right there, damn it. It's right there, damn it. Seriously, though, that would be such a tap in. I'm surprised they haven't done that, actually. I'm surprised they haven't. It's right there. It's right there. I don't know why you haven't, but it's right there. Either way, second half, let's see how this goes. But we'll find out. Suarez looking like Uncle Rico out there. Exactly. That is true. That is true. Still 4-1. Blues? They should have played Ian Fry over Cello. I agree with that. Santi Morales should play. 3-0 Blues. 4-1 Wild. Oh, Lord. I can't believe that. I can't believe it. But, yeah, no. Ian Fry on for Cello. If I'm Miami, here's what I do. I'll tell you right damn now. Ian Fry on for Cello Weingart. Santi Morales on for Suarez. Take his ass off. Let's see what else we got. We put on Bright for Redondo. Bright for Redondo. And, yeah, that's what we'll start. Do all that at the half. You should be fine. That's what I say. 1-1 full-time prediction. Well, that's better for Miami than 1-0. So that's that's what I think they should do when it comes to Miami. Second half about to start. Here we go. Cruz Azul's the only way. The Flop Kings. Here we go, second half. Sabi is on for... Sabi will be coming on for Vancouver. Interesting. So Vancouver's going to push it down and try to... Yeah, he didn't start. No. Sabi is on. And Miami doesn't make any changes because, of course, they don't. But let's remember, Miami has to win, pretty much win both games to host the final. So drawing this game would still suck for their, what's the word? Priorities of hosting the final. Daniel Rios is off for Sabi. Now, of course, if Cruz Azul draws 0-0 and still wins on away goals, then if Miami wins the home leg, even with a draw, they would still host the final. But you can't rely on that. Can't rely on that. If it's a 1-1 draw for Tigres, we go to extra time, and then I think it's after 90 minutes, right? That's what decides it, right? Okay, so playing forward. I think the points are decided by every 90 minutes, not just extra time. So if it goes to extra time, that's good for Miami as long as they win their home leg. Or if it's a 0-0 draw for Cruz Azul, or a scoreless or a 2-goal each draw or more if they don't win this game. But we'll talk about that next week. Vancouver cannot host the final no matter what. It'll take a miracle, I should say. It'll take a miracle. They're very likely not going to host the final if they advance. Take a miracle. Take a miracle. Let me look at the CONCACAF standings. Hold on. Champions Cup standings. Segovia has the ball. Alba. Redondo. Playing forward. Messi. Bad giveaway. Well, not a bad giveaway. He got taken off the ball. Smart. Champions Cup. Boom. There it is. Playing forward for Vancouver. Alba trying to close down Vite. Standings. Let's look at what we got here. Vancouver has 4 points. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, if Vancouver wins both games, they don't have the goal differential anyway. Yeah, it would take a miracle and an ass-kicking next week. Or an ass-kicking this week. So, for Vancouver. So, again, it would take a miracle for them to host the final, even if they have 10 points. And that's all Tigres and Cruz Azul have. And that's a free kick and a yellow card. Yellow card. Yellow card for Blackman. He got a yellow card. Okay. Do you drink Fanta? Sometimes. Basically, Miami has a really good chance of hosting the final if they win both games. Vancouver does not. If they advance. Take a miracle. Take a miracle. A miracle for Vancouver to host the final. They will probably be going to Mexico. And Redondo, somehow he doesn't get a yellow. Yeah, that's okay. That's something. So, foul by Redondo, yellow card for... Okay, that's stupid. You got the foul. Why go... Okay, that's just stupid. That's just dumb. Dumb, 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 dumb. Dump, 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 dum, dum. Don't start a fight. Always wondered why. Oh, Redondo did get a yellow. Okay, fair. That's right. He did get a yellow just after the play. Messi. You know what? This is kind of funny, though. Well, what I just read. Always wondered why the Whitecaps turf looks like unrolled massive IKEA carpet. I'm just glad the Blues are winning. Playing forward, 50th minute, 1-0 for Vancouver, 1-0. Miami's playing a little bit better in this half. A little bit, but... Playing forward. Plays it back. Redondo. Segovia. Jordi Alba. Alba crosses over the top. Takaoka to catch, and he does. 50th minute. Plays forward. Ooh, 51st minute. White Castle good or overrated? It's good. Crystals is better though. But that's in the South. But that's the South version of White Castle. But Crystals is better. But Crystals or White Castle could do. White Castle could do, but Crystals is better. Because they put the mustard on on the slider while it's getting steamed. So that makes it much better. I still put mustard on my White Castle sliders and ketchup, but playing forward. Suarez, don't even have to put the ketchup on a Crystal slider. Playing forward. Alba, cross blocked away for a corner. Haven't gone to Checkers or Rallies, which is the same place. Haven't gone to either. Corner. Header. Weingart. And he loses the ball. Oh, this might be a breakaway for Ali Ahmed. This might be one. Here they go. Ali Ahmed crosses in. Header. Gets cleared. 53rd minute. It's out for a throw. '52nd minute. 1-0, 1-0. Save by Ustadi. 53rd minute. Miami's played better this half, but we'll see. Miami's played better this half, but it's still not pretty. Vancouver's had their moments, though. Miami still looks frazzled, but they've played better this half. Over the top. Suarez chips it wide, switches the play. Messi keeps going, plays forward. Plays for Messi. Cleared out for corner. I miss not paying restaurant prices on fast food, as they should. Corner for Messi and Miami, 54th minute. Cross in, headed away. Brian White clears it away, out for another Miami corner. Lambert's Cafe, oh, that's good. Lambert's Cafe is awesome. Throne rolls, it's a good restaurant. It's an amazing restaurant. Now, there we go, yeah. Sykeston, Missouri. Yeah, yeah. Lambert's Cafe is nice. Cross in. Shot over the bar. Every time I came back from Memphis, or most of the times I come back from Memphis, go to Lambert's Cafe. Didn't do it last time, but that was more. It is what it is. Over the bar. Awesome. Crazy how most fast food places ask for a tip now. Yeah, I agree with that, but yep. I know the Soxton one, though. Close to Memphis. That's the one I've used to going to. 56th minute. Been there 4 or 5 times. 6. Yeah, 4 or 5. 4 or 5, 6. Somewhere around there. The last time I came through Memphis, of course, we didn't, but that was more timing because of the CONCACAF game that was played later that night that I was live for. So there you go. CONCACAF League. Get pizza, but Jack in the Box? Yeah, no. I mean, Jack in the Box isn't even that good. You know, it's not even that good. You want a tip? Like Culver's, I might consider it. Like Culver's is really good quality. Like I'll consider a tip there. McDonald's, hell no. You're out of your mind. Jack in the Box, even less so. Taco Bell, just because I like Taco Bell, I'll consider it. But Penn Station, it's a little bit more than fast food. It's subs, but it's a little bit more than fast food. It's actually, so I understand that, but it's good subs too. But yeah. Jersey Mike's, I do like Jersey Mike's subs. It's better than Subway, I can tell you that much. 57th minute. Like Jersey Mike's is probably closer to Subway than Penn Station, but it's better than Subway. Yeah, Wendy's is good too. I don't know if I'd tip at a Wendy's. It's a fast food restaurant, but it's good. Culver's is probably more fast casual though, if we're being real. Jordi Alba. 58th minute. Messi plays through. Ali Ahmed gains the ball. Miami still has it. Cycles it through. Blocked away. Segovia doesn't get there. Cleared away. Miami trying to win the second ball. They don't. Man, this reminds me of the frickin' what's better, Firehouse or Jersey Mike's? Jersey Mike's, because that's the one I've had. 58th minute. I haven't had Firehouse. Funny, I wanted to try it for a long time, but I haven't. Same here. I guess it's the turf. Come on, Vancouver, score 2 more. Hell no. I don't want to see that. 58th minute. Besides, that seems too easy for Vancouver. The way they've made it through this tournament, they've done it the hard way. The very hard way. 58th minute. 1-0. 1-0. Playing forward. Offside. Goal kick. 5-2 for the Wild. Well, good for them. Doesn't Mascherano have any other idea? He doesn't, no. Play through Messi. He's like a high-class Tata Martino. That's all he is. I think they finally figured him out. Same here. Because I'm petty, that's why. But I agree with you. Thank you. Thought I was the only one. Started to feel like I was the only one. You ain't doing it for petty reasons. You're doing it for focus reasons. I'm doing it for petty reasons. Well, and viewership reasons. 60th minute. So I guess both. But do that what you will. It can only be Toronto, damn it. If you don't want it to take 30 years, call the Pirate. But it should be Toronto, damn it. 60th minute. Exactly. Now that I never thought they'd get this far, ever. Axel Schuster finally had it go his way. Turns out Vonnie Sartini was holding them back. Turns out Vonnie Sartini was holding back Vancouver. I don't think we were surprised about that at all, to be real. I just didn't think Vancouver would be this good. Ralph Prizo's coming on. Speaking of Toronto, I miss Ralph Prizo. And Jaden Nelson, for that matter. I guess Don't even start. Ali Ahmed's off for Prizo. Playing forward. Miami gets the ball back. 4-1 Blues, they just scored. And Jaquil Marshall-Ruddy's now in Charlotte. Yeah, I'm surprised he got loaned out there. No one saw that coming. Minnesota Wild being up in the series. Yeah, not me either. Oh, free kick for Miami. There we go. I believe in Miami. Say their name and they appear. I believe in Miami. I believe in Miami. Free kick for Messi. Over the top. Header. It's out for corner. Corner for Miami. 63rd minute. Over the bar. Over the bar. Short free kick or corner kick. Messi. Alba. Jordi Alba. Plays it through. Messi. And he doesn't make the run at all. Okay. This is why you're losing. Playing forward. Buchnevich has a hat trick for the Blues. Good for him. I'm not happy about it. See, I'm not happy about it happening right now. Miami, I know you're better than this, and you give away the ball. Jordi Alba, what is your problem? What is your major malfunction? Numbnuts? Redondo clears. What is your major malfunction, numbnuts? '65th minute. Tristan Blackman to take the corner. Messi working too hard for very little. The whole team is. Redondo's playing better than usual, but why is losing game? Honestly, it should have been Bright over Redondo, just like it should have been Ian Fry over Cello, because Cello sucks. The Boca Juniors fans were right. Speaking of, where is our resident Boca Juniors fan? Where is he? Where is he? Header. Allen clears. Why are they not playing Ian Fry? They're playing Cello over Fry. That is delusional. And, well, that is what it is. Falcon plays forward to Redondo, but they should have played Bright over Redondo, Fry over Cello, playing forward. And that's going to be cleared. Throw in for Miami. Well, close enough. Dude, you should bring on Fafa. He needs speed. Honestly, he'd probably be better at striker than Suarez at this point. Fafa can score goals. Besides, he used to play. Oh, by the way, he used to play on this turf all the time. He knows how this turf plays. By the way, if we want to complain about the turf, 67th minute. By the way, just to make it clear, Oh, that's where he is. He's watching the Jets game. I got it. That's where our resident Boca fan is. He's probably watching the Jets game. I just realized. There you go. 67th minute. And I'm not covering that one. So I think I just realized it. There we go. 67th minute. There we go. It's still weird to see the Jets not coached by Paul Maurice. And it's weird because he's been coaching Florida for a while and he won the cup with Florida. But it's still weird that if anybody can coach two teams at one time, it's Paul Maurice. Who am I kidding? I'm joking. Kind of. Maple Leafs are in the playoffs. They just won today. They're up 3-0 in their series. I just covered a Leafs game 2 days ago. I'll cover one on Saturday. So, no, they're in, and they're about to win their first round series for the second time in 3 years. Alba, that's out for a corner. Yep, corner for Miami. Maple Leafs lead their series 3-0. Yep, they just won in overtime. I just didn't cover it because I had to be worried about this game, and then, well, do that what you will. I'll be live on Saturday for both TFC and the Leafs, and 2 reviews as well. I'll review both. 67th minute. Playing forward. Messi has the ball. Crosses in. Segovia, and it drops. Yeah, this reminds me of the Leafs game. Miami's getting some chances now. Still 1-0, yes. See. 1-0 for Vancouver. Like, this kind of reminds me of the Leafs game from earlier today. Miami's starting to get some chances, but they can't put shots on because Vancouver's all there. They're just getting there and getting there. Making a tackle, putting a foot in. I got to respect it. Vancouver's playing well. Messi's trying the most, at least. Well, of course he should. He's the best player in the world. Right? He's the GOAT. He should be trying hard. Who's playing better in your opinion? I'd say Vancouver's been more clinical. I'd say Miami's had their moments. They've had a lot of possession since they've given up the goal, or for most of the game, but I guess that's possibly score effects now, but, you know, Vancouver scored. And Vancouver's playing very good defense. They're playing well on their turf. They're outpacing Miami sometimes. I think on the balance of it, I think this score's deserved so far. I'd say Miami's trying too much in the final third, and that's what makes them look bad. Messi. Free kick for Miami. There it is. Well, it's a free kick, but still. 70th minute. Here we go. Messi needs to score a free kick. He probably has to. Yeah, 5-on-3 power play goal. Carew. Good. Yannick Bright coming off Redondo, finally. Mascherano, it took you 70 minutes? Okay, good job. Here's the free kick. 70th minute. Miami needs an away goal. Takaoka. See how he does with it. Messi going with a free kick. Miami. Free kick taken. Messi saved by Takaoka. Takaoka makes a save. Messi had the right idea. Bad execution. '71st minute. Falcon steps through. Shot. Oh, my. That could have been a horrible bounce. Aggregate dependent on away goals? Yes, it is. There's away goals in this tournament. Yes. Because CONCACAF hasn't changed it. Yes, there's away goals. I kind of liked it what was in UEFA. I think they still should be using it, personally. I'm glad CONCACAF still uses it, but then I get confused when I watch UEFA tournaments during the CONCACAF time because I get confused. So do that what you will. But no, they should have never got rid of it in UEFA in the first place, in my opinion. Header cleared. Alba brings it down with a header, Messi. And he plays it straight to a Vancouver Whitecap because good tackle. 72nd minute. Playing forward. Free kick for Vancouver. 72nd minute. '73rd minute. Oh, they finally are adding customization to YouTube TV multi-views. Thank God. Miami's struggling to get past this defense. I don't know how to be honest with you. It is. They are struggling. Yeah, they'd be losing by more if they weren't defending so well. Thank God Miami's defense is on because their offense sure ain't. But here's the problem. This is the same situation they were in against LAFC, a 1-0 loss on the road, which means they have to win 2-0 outright or win by 2 to advance if they don't score the away goal. If they don't tie this up, they'll have to win by 2 next week to advance. Good news is they're in Miami, but you don't want to be in this situation twice. You might get bit in the ass. 6-1 Blues. Well, good for them. Let's go, Blues! Told you they still might have a chance. Let's go, Blues! Kromashki's coming on for Segovia. Okay, that's not the substitution I would have made, but okay. 74th minute. Plays forward. Sabi. Oh. Sergio Busquets with a header to Bright. They are panicking. That's the problem. They chase Hellebuck. Bet Macheron's going to take off Suarez. It is 75 minutes too late if he does that. Give me Fafa Pico for the last 15 minutes plus stoppage time if I was... Or Santi Morales. Either way, well, Fafa actually plays... he's actually played on this turf before. He used to play for the Whitecaps. So, I'm just saying, he knows how this turf plays. Just came from the Whitecaps. Yes, he did. So, yeah, you should play him over Suarez instead of Morales. Maybe at home, you go for it, depending. But Suarez is washed at this point. Kind of like Vancouver, says Nestor. Well, hey, that's on you. The Whitecaps turf is pretty bad. It is. It looks like rolled out giant IKEA carpet. Alba crosses say Batakoka. It is. Playing forward, 76th minute. Waving their scarves. Playing forward. Alba plays on. Kromashki. Kromashki making the run. Cross in. Header. That's out for a corner. I don't know. I don't know why it's so bad. Vancouver's playing like a Liga MX team. Yeah, but they're also playing on their turf. So, and that's not just because they're playing at their stadium. They're playing on actual turf that sucks. Vancouver to clear. It's out for a throw-in for Miami, 77th minute. It really is bad turf. Playing forward. Messi chips over Kromashki. Ball down. Goal kick. Fights in the Stanley Cup playoffs. I wish we kind of get fights or get fights in the CCC. No, there's multiple. I think Seattle has turf. Portland has turf, but it's the worst turf field for sure. 78th minute. Yeah, but these guys are old. They don't want to ruin their knees. Not that it matters. Suarez doesn't have any. Not that it matters. Suarez doesn't have any. Messi. Not worried about Miami. Yeah, there's also CFL there. There you go. Yep, they play CFL there. But they do play Argos games at BMO, so Toronto Stadium. So they don't have turf there. Not anymore, at least. Playing forward. Miami. Plays through. Allende. No foul? Okay, that's some. But we have a run from Berhalter. Sebastian Berhalter. Switches to Vite. Vite. Shot over the bar. Oh! Over the bar. Lord. Heard the Whitecaps are looking to make a new stadium. I don't think that'll happen. Over the bar. What's the score? 1-0 Vancouver. 10 minutes, 11 minutes to go plus stoppage time. Can Vancouver or Miami at least get the away goal? I would hope so if I'm Miami. Definitely hasn't looked like it all night, but score effects. Ocampo takes it forward. Miami, Kromashki, and Ocampo heads it away. Messi's overworked. Miami's terrible as a whole team right now. Yep. Not what you want to see. Cello Weingart. So, yeah, Wednesday's going to be a double. At this point, Wednesday's going to be a double. I'll do both the Toronto-Montreal CanChamp game and the Miami-Vancouver second leg, and I'll review both on a double review next week on Wednesday. So get ready for that. Wonder if David Beckham's at the game. He should be. He owns the team. Well, he's one of the owners. I'm sure he is. That's out for a throw for Miami. Jets get one back, 6-2. Pionk on the power play. Okay, 81st minute, 9 minutes plus stoppage time. Nelson, Jaden Nelson, JC Ngondo coming on for Vancouver. Because they're dumb. They're dumb. And this is Beckham's vanity project, so he needs all the wins, all the tip into the scales he could get. And for some reason, it isn't working. Just kind of funny. I think Messi does have an ownership stake now. Kubas off and Vite off for Nelson and Gondo. Vancouver has the ball, plays forward. Ooh, that's our first throw for Vancouver, 82nd minute. Miami or Vancouver. Beckham is so lucky. He says, well, sure, but okay, that's your prerogative. I disagree. She's mid. Is Gold injured? Yep, still is. Still is. They say he'll be back by early May. So good news is if they make the final, he'll be playing the final. Who's Vancouver's manager? Jesper Sorensen. I never heard, until he got hired by Vancouver, I never heard of him either. Turns out he's a Dutch football legend. Or Denmark. A Denmark football legend. My bad. A Denmark football legend. My bad. Denmark, Dutch, it is what it is. Potato, potato. Playing forward. Messi still has the ball, and that's on him. Yes, the Whitecaps are on sale. For sale. Yes. Yes, the Whitecaps are up for sale. They're on the market. Yes. But the owners will own them until there's a sale. The current owners will own them until there's a sale. Alba goes wide. 84th minute. No. I'm not a millennial kid. Besides, I don't. 84th minute. Headed away. 84th minute. Playing forward. Falcon. Nelson with a cross. Shot. Goal. Goal. Goal from Berhalter. And it's 2-0. Vancouver. Oh my God. That might be the dagger. Miami has to score 3 goals without allowing any next week, unless they score tonight. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, God. This is not... No. And Sebastian Berhalter puts that one away. '85th minute. 2-0. Dos a cero. Please, God, Cruz's Lord Tigres, just hulk up one last time and stomp these guys out. Yep. And even if Miami wins this tie, they won't host the final, which is, well, you know what? They deserve that. You might be right. My God. We won't be the first at anything. We were so close. Bill Manning, I hate your bald ass. Who hosts the final? At this point, probably one of the Mexican teams, whoever advances out of Mexico. Alba loses the ball. If it's Vancouver, they certainly won't host. And Miami now, because they're losing this game, won't host. Even if they won next week. And Miami's going to have to win by multiple goals next week. Vancouver might just win this tournament. They are actually for real. They are actually for real. And I'm afraid, and I am, well, I knew that already, but God, no. They're even beating Miami. You bunch of frauds. You bunch of frauds. Miami, you bunch of frauds. Has the MLS team ever won this tourney? The Seattle Sounders did it 2022, and if you agree with CONCACAF's current look at the history, DC and LA Galaxy did it too, back in the prehistoric era of MLS. There have been multiple teams make the finals since those guys. Toronto was one of them, and they lost. Montreal was as well, and they lost. Oh, Lord. Do you give credit to the Vancouver coach? I mean, he's damn good. He's damn good. European manager gets his first gig. Canadian team sound familiar? Yeah, but Montreal didn't go to the damn final of this tournament with Wilfried Nancy. That was Columbus. Let's be clear. Wilfried Nancy did do miracles with Montreal, but it wasn't the Champions League final. That was Columbus. So technically, 88th minute, Falcon, and they give it away. Free kick for Miami. Yeah. I don't know what's more of a letdown. Vancouver winning the Champs Cup or Mark Carney becoming prime minister, or holding on to another term for prime minister. I don't know what's more of a letdown. I don't know what's more of a letdown. Pierre Poilievre's absolute bottle job of the Canadian election, or Miami losing this tournament, or Vancouver winning this tournament because Miami bottled it. I don't know what's more of a letdown. 89th minute. Dude, put on Fafa already. It doesn't matter. It's over. It's over. It's over. It's over. Yeah. People got gaslit to vote into Liberals. Yeah, the bad part is people got gaslit to vote in for the Liberals. Such is life. It's normally how it happens. 90th minute. Four minutes of stoppage time. Yeah, but they also need both Mexican teams to draw, and they need to beat the shit out of Miami. Shot! Falcon blocked! Falcon blocked! Here comes Jaden Nelson. But Miami, they don't pick it up. 3 minutes to go. Miami needs the away goal more than anything. Here comes Allen. Noah Allen. Be a free kick for Miami. 7-2 Blues Pareko. Well, good for him. 91st minute. Messi with a short free kick. Here comes Messi. Headed away. Miami needs the away goal to really have any chance of winning. Think LA beats the Oilers? Yes. LA is much better than Oilers this year. Playing forward. 92nd minute. Over the top. Header. Oh. So that means now Miami has to win, score 3 goals without allowing any. Messi, and Toronto looking great in the playoffs so far. They are. I'm so happy about that. Yep, but they didn't. And LAFC's had their worst season with Cherundolo, if not ever, so far. So let's look at it. Hold on. Let me add this up. Miami wins 3-0 next week. They advance. They win 4-1. They advance. 3-1, they got knocked out on away goals. If they don't score, it ain't looking good. I know. Whitecaps are the second best team in MLS, and they're about to knock out the best team in MLS, it looks like. But I'll still do a double next week with the Toronto-Montreal Concachamp game on Wednesday. I'll just review both at the end of both matches. Oh, Lord. Playing forward. Bad giveaway. So, Miami needs to win 3-0 next week. Can they do it? They did come back on LAFC, but honestly, that LAFC team didn't really have a pulse compared to Vancouver. Free kick. Yep, and they drew. You know what happens if they draw in Mexico during the final? Extra time. You know what happens if they still draw through extra time? Penalties. And honestly, well, I don't know. We'll see what happens with penalties. It's not going to happen. I hope to God it does. Or I have to sit here for a month and just pray and hope that somehow Cruz Azul or Tigres beats the shit out of Vancouver. Foul? No, it is not. 94th minute and full time! Vancouver gets the 2-0 win. 2-0 esta noche, and they're very, very close. Probably 1 goal away from the final. Miami might have just screwed up way too much. Honestly, I think Vancouver could beat both the remaining Mexican teams. Even in Mexico. At least on penalties. I think they could. If it was America, I wouldn't be so worried. Cruz Azul, I think Vancouver could win. I think they surely could beat Tigres. I hope it's Cruz Azul in the final if it has to be, if the Vancouver Whitecaps make it. Because I don't think they'll lose to Tigres. I don't. I hope Vancouver handles it or Cruz Azul handles it next week. I have more faith. I'd have more faith in Cruz Azul beating Vancouver than Tigres. And, well, looking at Miami, well, they might lose in Mexico too, the way they're going. So with that being said, the Whitecaps are for real. And oh, Lord, this feels a little bit like 2022. A somewhat beatable Mexican team at the end of the line. One-legged final in Mexico. But if Vancouver makes the final, this kind of feels like 2022. I won't lie. Lord have mercy. With that being said, if you like this stream, like it, share, subscribe. You know what it is. Tell your friends. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Hit that bell notification once subscribed. Send some chats on the live streams. Comment on this video. Put this in playlist. Share with friends and family. All that great stuff. I'll see you within the hour for the review of this match. And, yeah. Miami might have just ruined it. They might have just bottled it again. I think they may have. I don't know if this is more embarrassing than Rayados, but I'd say yes. With that being said, I'll see you later. I'm Ryan and I'm out. Peace.